Good morning, everyone. Myself is Professor Devendra Kumar from ENC Department, Government SKSJTI, Bangalore. So I am handling Verilog HDL for the 5th semester. Today we are going to discuss the Unit 1, the basic concepts of HDL. And the subject code is 18EC56. The first topic is evolution of HDL. Before going to that HDL, we have to know VHDL. What do you mean by VHDL? So V means very high speed integrated circuits. HDL means hardware description language. Okay. So first point is the integrated circuits chips were invented which consists of logic gates embedded on them. So all of you know integrated circuits. What do you mean by integrated circuits? So it is nothing but is the combination of small logic gates. It is combined or interconnect each other in the circuit. Clear? So the integrated circuit chips were invented which consists of logic gates. All of you know the logic gates means it is a basic gates. Logic gates means basic gates. Clear? So the basic gates means for example AND gate, OR gate, XOR gate, NAND gate. So these all comes under what? The basic logic gates. So we are going to combine all the gates in the circuits. Clear? So second point, technology advances from small scale integration, medium scale integration and large scale integration. Designers could implement 1000 gates on a single chip. So before coming to this we have to know the previous year we discuss what the basic gates only we can adopt only minimum of 1 to 10 or minimum 4 to 5 gates inside a chip. Clear? So for small scale integration, medium scale integration and large scale integration means we are going to adopt more and more gates inside the circuits. Clear? So this is what the small scale integration, medium scale integration and large scale integration. Nowadays what we are going to use the VLSI. Okay, so all of you heard that word VLSI, very large scale integration. The testing of circuits and designing become complicated. Hence electronic design automation means EDA. Okay, EDA is electronic design automation techniques to verify the functionality of building blocks of circuit. So basically we know why we need this VHDL. Clear? So electronic design automation is nothing but what? So once the gates is we are going to adopt the gates, means we are going to inside the circuits so many gates it is going to included, right? So for that purpose the design process is very complicated. For that process we are going to use the this EDA, okay, electronic design automation techniques to verify the functionality of building blocks of circuits. Clear? So next is what? The evolution of HDL. Evolution of HDL means, so how the HDL we are going to give the preference. So why we need the preference for HDL? The first point, the advances in semiconductor technology continue to increase the power and complexity of digital systems with the invent of VLSI with more than 10,000 transistors. Okay, so all of you know in chip integrated circuits means it is nothing but what? A chip. Okay, so inside the chip there is a thousands of transistors. Okay, transistor is nothing but what? A switch. Clear? So the advance in semiconductor technology continue to increase the power and complexity of digital systems with the invent of VLSI. Okay, so what do you mean by this very large scale integration? Clear? So more than the 1000 transistor. Okay, more than 1000 transistor we are going to include it in the chip. Okay, for that purpose we need this VLSI. Okay, the fabrication. Okay, so the transistor is going to connect interconnect with one another. Clear? For that purpose we are going to use the VLSI process. Okay, so second point, the complexity of circuit breadboard design became impossible to give rise to computer aided techniques to design and verify the VLSI digital circuits. Once the the transistor we are going to design inside the IC, so it is more complexity. The complexity is going to arises. For that purpose, we need to what we are going to use the breadboard, right? So for the interconnection of the components. So all of you know the breadboard, right? So breadboard means it is nothing but there is a capacitor and resistor. For that we are going to connect with wire. Okay. After that that breadboard process, etching process will come, right? So after that etching process, this is the fabrication technology comes under the VLSI. Clear? So what this complexity of the circuit, the breadboard design became impossible, right? So if the more transistor, how can we connect the transistor one another? It is difficult to connect. So for that purpose, we need VLSI technology, means EDA, right? The functionality of the circuits it needed for the outcome of the circuits. For that purpose, it is very important. Okay. The next point is these computer aided programs and tools allows us to design, do automatic placement and routing and develop hierarchy based development and before fabrication. Clear? So nowadays we are going to use for the VHDL Xilinx software and model sim. These are all we are going to use for the simulation process. Clear? So in this simulation process for this software there are so many things inside the software. We are going to write a code and we are going to synthesize the code, and we can remove the error. After removing error, there is a bit file is going to generate. So after bit file, we are going to dump into the hardware. Clear? The interfacing. Once the hardware is generated, that it is going to interface with the computer, that bit file is going to transfer to the hardware. Clear? So these are all comes under without hardware also we can see the output. Clear? So we can see the output. How we can see the output? So based on the software, in the software it is going to show what in the simulation we can see the truth table. According to the truth table we can see the waveform. Clear? So next is what emergence of HDL. In the field of digital design, the complexity in designing a circuit gave birth to standard language to describe the digital circuits. The hardware description language. It is nothing but what? Hardware description language. Just now I said there is a hardware. Okay. So for example, if you are going to design a calculator, okay, for example. So for the calculator, how we are going to design? How there is a what are all the things is going to interface in the calculator? We need the keypad and what the display. Okay, LCD display is very important, and keypad matrix is also. The two logics is very important. Clear? So based on that, we are going to write a code in VHDL. Okay, once the code is generated or once the code is finished, so you are going to run the code and there is no error. So there is a bit file is generated in your computer. Okay, there is a hardware. One side there is a hardware and one side there is a bit file. So how the bit file is going to transfer? Using the interface between JTAG cable. Clear? So you based on that you are going to transfer the bit file to the hardware. Okay, so that hardware is going to, now the hardware is going to work. Means there is a software and there is a hardware. So we are going to combining these two. So it is called what? Embedded systems. Clear? So that's why. So this embedded into the hardware. Okay, software is embedded into the hardware. Clear? So for that purpose, we what we call it as, it is a hardware description language. Second point, HDL is a computer aided design CAD tool for the modern design and synthesis of the digital systems. HDL were being used to model hardware elements where it is very concurrently. Verilog HDL and VHDL are most popular HDLs. Okay, so there is a difference between Verilog and VHDL. Clear? In the later we will study what is the difference between Verilog and the VHDL. So the last point is what the initial days of HDL designing and verification were done using tool but synthesize. means it is a translation of RTL to schematic circuit used to be done manually, right? So in the previously there is no such type of software, so we have to write the code, and we have to get the there is a bit file is not also, it is not going to generate it. So previously what, there is a code we are going to write, after that we are going to check the error. Clear? So nowadays what, there is a separate team for the software designing, hardware designing and testing designing. Clear? So next is what, emergence of HDL. It is a continuation. The digital circuits are described at register transfer level, RTL, by using HDL. So what do you mean by register transfer level? So you, based on the register transfer level, we are going to transfer the data. Okay, the data. So all of you know, in the microprocessor we are going to use the accumulator. Accumulator is the basic, the register. It is going to transfer, and we can do we can transfer to any register using the accumulator, right? Then logic synthesis tool will generate details of gates and interconnection to implement circuits. Okay, these synthesized results can be used for fabrication by having placement and routing details. So this placement and routing we can see in the Xilinx software. In this Xilinx software, the placement and the routing, everything we can identify based on the software. So we no need to without hardware we can place and route everything, we can find out in the software only. So next is what, verify functionality using simulation. HDL are used for system level design simulation of system boards, interconnect buses, FPGAs and PALs. Verilog HDL is the IEEE standard. There is a standard 1364. Okay, so this is what the Verilog HDL is. It is very useful software for writing, and we can find out any error and everything we can find out, and even for any type of hardware also we can use this Verilog code. So next is the specification describe abstractly the functionality, interface and overall characteristics of the digital circuits to be designed. Means suppose if you are going to purchase a new mobile, so first we have to concentrate what is the storage capacity, and what is the display, and what is the power consumption, and what is the functionality. Is it possible to interface with the other devices? So everything we can check. So using this VHDL, specification describes everything, right? So based on the users we can write any type of code. So at this point the architects do not need to think about how they will implement these circuits. Clear? So then create to analyze the design in terms of functionality, performance and compliance to a behavioral description is standards and other high level issues. Behavioral descriptions and often written with the HDLs. So all of you know the HDL, why we need this HDL. You all of you know the logic gates. Okay, LD lab. In LD lab we are going to use the AND gate, OR gate or XOR gate ICs. Okay, 7400, 7421, 7420, like this we are going to use the ICs. So what is inside the ICs? Only the basic gates inside the ICs, only four gates. Okay, so there is a 2 inputs and 1 single output. Okay, so how these gates inside, how it enters into the chip? So based on the fabrication. Okay, previously it is only 4 to 5 gates or 6 gates inside a IC. Nowadays it is 1000 transistors. Okay, so that's why this emergence of HDL means it is nothing but, so we are going to day by day the technology is going to improve. So likewise, so it is also the technology and the specification and everything of the HDL is going to improve. So new EDA tools have emerged to simulate behavioral descriptions of circuits. So this ends the session 1.